In this video, I will show you how to run custom code directly within make.com. This is a feature that is normally only available to enterprise customers who pay over $25,000 per year, but today we're going to see how to do the exact same thing for free. This is something that we need to do a lot of times at Uplifted Consulting, my company, in order to streamline operations and make sure that complex workflow become more simpler and more easy to handle. So first off, I want to talk about why do we actually need custom code in the first place. So there are some instances where we need to perform a lot of data manipulation within make.com. This is an example of a workflow where we need to perform dynamic variable replacement. So in this workflow, what we have is we have different variables, we have a template over here, and at the end, what we need to do is we need to change the variables in the template with the custom variables that we set over here. This is a small snippet of a more complex scenario, but I want to use that to showcase what is the goal here. So in order to run this, what we do is we run this, and then at the end of the day, we get a message like the following, where everything is personalized to the user. But as you can see over here, this requires a lot of different operations. So in order to do all this data manipulation, we require 20 different operations. Meanwhile, we can do the exact same thing for one operation using custom code. So in order to start, what we need to do is we need to run our own custom server. And by the way, this is not something difficult at all. It's something that you can set up in 5 minutes, literally, because I have everything already prepared for you. The tool that we are going to use to create our custom server and run custom JavaScript code is render.com. What we need to do here is click on new, click on web service, and then here you need to select the source code. You select public Git repository, and I already have a GitHub repository ready for you to use, so you don't need to do virtually any work over here. You just need to paste the URL here, click on connect, and then you have pretty much everything other than a couple small components that you need to add. So first off here, there's the instance type. You can do that for free, or you can use a starter plan at $7 a month. So like this is pretty cheap. But also with a free tier, you can perform the same thing. And I'm gonna show you later on at the end of the video how to do that. The only thing that you need to modify are the environment variables, and I will show you right now what you need to add. For this part, you need to add 3 different variables. This one, it's Puppeteer executable path, then Puppeteer's keep Chromium download equal to true, and then finally you would have to create a secure token, and this will be used for the authorization to make sure that your server, no one can access your server and you can only execute the data. The first 2 are related to a scraping component of the build. So if you want, you can either run JavaScript code or you can run a scraper directly within make.com and build your own custom scraper, which is quite nice. So here, what we will do is we will create a secure token and we will add the secure token over here. Other than that, there's not much that we need to do, and we just need to deploy the service. Deploying will take a couple minutes here, so you have to wait while this runs and completes. But after this is deployed, we will see what you need to do directly within make.com to make this function. Everything is deployed right now, and the first thing we need to do is we need to test out the server, making sure that everything works. So what we do is we create a new module, and we select an HTTP module, make a request, and here we will need to add a couple of things. First off, we'll need to add the URL over here, and then we add the endpoint, which is execute, to execute the JavaScript. There's also another endpoint that you can use that is called scrape to have your own scraper working over here. Here you add the post part, and then here the authorization, and the authorization is the token that we created before. Then for body type, here you add row, and then you add text. So text.plain, you don't need to use JSON or whatever the case. And here you simply write the function that you like to do. So let's start with a hello world function that is going to return hello world, something simple to test out that the server is actually working. So hello world, and here we have this. Make sure we parse the response and then we launch this. And yeah, this run, and as you can see down here, we add a hello world response. This means that the server actually worked. Right now, what we need to do is we want to substitute what we actually created over here with something way simpler. And in order to do that, we will go into Visual Studio Code and code a solution up with the help of AI. So you can see how this is actually done. This is pretty simple, and even if you don't have that much programming knowledge, you can do that. Now I open Visual Studio Code and you will have a script over here. You can install different things such as AI helper, similar to cursor or continue. I will create another video in the future if you like to have something similar. But what we would like to do right now is mention what is our actual goal with the script. So right now I will write create a script that takes two variables, um, a template, an array of current variables. Your job will be to extract the variables from the template. All variables are within curly brackets. Iterate over the template variables, change the template to current variables. So iterate over the check the array of current variables for the same variable, perform a change on all the variables, input the finalized template. Let's add the template here. As you can see, we have hello, welcome to city. The weather is weather today, and here we have the current variables, which are displayed in the following way. And we will have to see how are those displayed within our code. But let's try this out and let's see how this actually works. So as you can see, we tested the script. We have something that made everything uppercase, so we can remove this part. And let's test this out again to see what is the result looking like. So hello John, welcome to New York. The weather is sunny today. So this is very similar to what we have right now. Let's go back to make and let's check how does it look for how does the array of existing variables look and use that as the reference. So we needed to modify the script a little bit in order to work with the existing variables that we created. And so right now we will test this out with the new script. And it seems that everything is working fine. And so what we will do right now is we will copy the same script that we have over here and add the script directly within make.com. So the script is the following, is this part over here, function process template. And what we will do right now is we will copy this part, which is the part related to the variables and everything, and add the custom code over here. So the custom code that we need to do is the function. And then here we will need to add the variables. So let's add the variables over here. We will add a template variable, and then we will add the current variables as an array. So let me add current variables, which is this one. And then we will see what is the response looking like and see that if everything is working correctly. Otherwise, we need to do a couple of additional changes over here. So it seems like that this didn't work. So what we need to do is we need to transform both the objects into JSON in order to have those working directly within the script. Now, yeah, everything ran, and let's see the result. So as you can see, the result here is exactly the result that we got through this workflow over here. But this workflow was way longer, and instead this one is way more efficient when it comes to this kind of different data manipulation variables. This is just an example, but you can apply this in way more complex scenarios and way more complex things. So hope this was useful. Hope you learn that you can use the JavaScript part directly within here. And an additional thing for you, if you're interested, you can use Uptime Robot as a tool to constantly ping your server, so that your server is constantly online. And this makes sure that the results are quickly, instead of taking a little bit of time in order to make the server run. And this is pretty straightforward. You can just sign up over here, and you can create a new monitor. And once you create a new monitor, you just add the URL over here, and you add the URL over here and create a monitor. And this ensures that the server never runs down, because it's always active, and this is pinged every 5 minutes. And so in this way, you can effectively have everything for free. So yeah, that's everything on my side. Hope this was useful. Hope you get some value out of that, and hope this can help creating more complex scenarios with more data manipulation involved directly. Have a nice day. Bye bye.